Okay, so today's lecture is the continuation of the earlier lecture that we did in use case diagram part 1. What all we did in use case diagram part 1 was what is use case, why do we need use cases, history or origin of use case, purpose of use case, and who are the people who are going to benefit from these use cases. Those were the business analyst, the developer, and the tester. Fine. And the gist is that use case diagrams are designed as a point of interaction between the actor and the possible set of processes or functionalities within the system boundary. Fine. And this is the diagram which is based on the end user's perspective, or it is designed according to the end user perspective. So fine, we are continuing with this session. Now we are going to see how we are going to define or design this particular use case diagram. So for designing part, we should understand all the notations properly to design the perfect and efficient use case diagram. Now see, first one is the actor. These particular things I have already elaborated in some of the other diagrams, but still I need to define it according to this specific diagram. So it is very important part. Fine. So what is an actor or who is an actor? Actor is anyone who is interacting with the system. Anyone who is interacting with the system means it is not necessary that this is a person or a real person. No, it can be shown as a group of people, as in generalized. It can be understood as a single entity, or it can also be considered as a external system which is interacting with our system. Okay, these are named by noun. Actor plays a role in the business, similar to the concept of user, but a user can play different roles. This I told you in the earlier lecture also, that if we have a user can play different roles. So what we are going to show the different roles. Actor is the one who is going to trigger the use case. Trigger the use case in the sense, if I take an example of that particular ATM automated teller machine example, if the person who is interacting, if I am the one who is interacting with the machine, I am the user, and I want to withdraw cash, so I am the actor. As I am inserting the card, I am triggering the interaction, I am triggering the use cases of that particular ATM machine, of that particular system. Right. Next one, actor has a responsibility towards the system. Actor has expectations from the system. When I say responsibility towards the system, means to say it is acting as an input, right? When I say the responsibility, actor has a responsibility towards the system, it defines the input. And when I say it has certain expectations, so I mean to say the output, right? Just remember this, termed as output. Now, as I was considering the example, I can take an example of regarding the actor. It is not necessary that it is a real person, single real person. It can be the customer. Customer is not a real person, right? Customer can be a group of people. Customer is termed to be as a group of people, but I can take customer as the actor. Fine. So don't get confused in this particular part. Customer can be the actor. Okay. So it is the role played by this actor is the customer. Fine. First thing. Second thing. So it is showing the group of people. Second thing, it can be, or it can defined as another system which is interacting with our system. Let's say if I am talking about ATM machine, so that particular automated machine is my system in which I am going to design the use case, but that ATM machine is going to interact with the user. Fine. So that user is the actor, as well as if I say the bank, because once the cash is finished in the ATM machine, or whatever the login information is need to be fetched is through the bank. So bank is also considered as an actor in this process or in this system scenario. Fine. So it only depends on the system scenario what actor can be defined. So we should be very careful when defining the actors. Actors are always named as the noun. Fine. Now moving forward, next one is the use case notation. Use case diagram notation is termed as use case. This is very important again. Use case is what? Use case can be termed as the verb or a noun phrase. It can be named as a verb or a noun phrase, like entering the card, inserting the pin, entering the pin, inserting the card, login, sign up. All these are what? All these are the process, these are the functionalities. So these are can be termed as the use case. Fine. If I'm doing any online transaction, so what I need to do, online transaction system, I need to log in every time I do the transaction. So that particular login is what? It is the use case. If I need to do the online transfer of money to some other account, I need to add the beneficiary. So adding beneficiary is what? Is the again one more use case. So all these are what? These are forming the use cases. If there is a library system, in library system I have like requesting for a book, issue a book. So issue a book is one use case, return the book is another use case, adding of book is another use case, and so on and so forth. So what are these? These are forming the use case. They are basically the system function. That means any process that is automated or manual has to be defined in use case. These particular use cases are visually rendered in eclipse form, and the name is written inside the shape eclipse. Each actor must be linked to a use case, while some use cases may not be linked to actors. See, when I say if there are two actors, it is not necessary that each use case has to be connected to both the actors. Example, if I consider the library system, adding a book, there are two actors. One actor is the user, the student maybe, right? And another actor is the librarian who is administering the library. So adding a book to the library is the use case which can only or which will be interacted only with the actor named librarian. It has nothing to do with the user, right? That is student or teacher, whatever it is, that particular group. So actor user is not going to interact with the add book process. That is the use case. Fine. So that means only add book is interacting with which one? Only to the actor that is named as librarian. So this is how it is. Moving further, we have the communication link. Now communication link is what? It is showing the interaction between the actor, it is showing the interaction between the actor and the use case. So whatever the link point is between this solid line is shown as the communication link. It is also termed as interaction. It has certain relationships that we are going to define in further PPTs. So in this, the participation of an actor is a use case is shown by connecting an actor to a use case by a solid link, and this particular solid link is termed to be as the communication link. Actors may be connected to use cases by associations, indicating that the actor and the use case communicating with one another using message. That means if there is a user and that particular user is interacting with a use case of library like issue of book, so that is what that is showing the association, right? Moving further, we have next component which is called as the boundary system. Now what all the use cases are there that has to be defined within a boundary system of that particular system, and this system is rendered in a rectangular format, and the name of the system is written out here. Now all the use cases will be shown in this, in such ways, right? And the actors will be outside the system. Actors will be outside the system who are going to interact with these use cases. Okay, and this will be the communication link. Example, just for the sake of example, I'm telling you. So this is what, let's say this is an library management system. So I'll write library management system out here, and this is the boundary of library management system, including all the processes and interacting with the actor. So the system boundary is potentially the entire system as defined in the requirements document. For large and complex systems, each module may be the system boundary. See, let's take an example. If we have a system which is very big to be shown in one use case diagram, what we do, we divide it into modules, and one module can be defined as one system boundary, as in for use case. For example, for an ERP system for an organization, each of the modules such as personnel, payroll, accounting, all these can be defined as one system. Fine, I can say that human resource department can be shown out in this way. It is not the complete ERP. Fine. So a bigger system can be divided into module, and that can be shown in a singleton way. The entire system can span all these modules, depicting the overall system boundaries. Fine. So I think the boundary system is clear to you.